So it's kind of crazy what you can build these days. I literally vibe coded Palantir using an army of AI agents just a couple weeks ago. And then recently I got thinking, Anduril released this amazing AR/VR headset for the military called Eagle Eye. It lets you see people through walls, overlays a live minimap in your field of view, and auto-tags friendlies and foes using AI. So in this episode of Mad Science Experiments, I wanted to see if we could recreate a chunk of this technology using a $300 pair of Ray-Ban glasses and commercial visual positioning technology. Let's get into it. So here's the thing, these glasses are essentially dumb. It's a camera on your face. They can't do fancy 3D tracking like your Quest headset or the Apple Vision Pro. All the other fancy headsets have a ton more sensors to figure out what's going on. So the first problem we needed to solve was like, how do we figure out where these glasses are in 3D space? Turns out the answer to that is VPS, or Visual Positioning System. Now, conveniently, I actually worked on this technology at Google, so I know something about it, and here's what you need to know. Essentially, how VPS works is you create a 3D map of an environment, and then what you do is, every time you get an image, you try to match that image against this 3D model that you've scanned. So by looking at the new images coming through, the AR glasses, for example, you can immediately figure out their 3D position relative to this prior scan that you've done of this environment. So when you see Shyam wearing these Ray-Ban glasses, the camera feed is constantly getting matched against that 3D model in real time. The system is basically going, based on what you're seeing, here's where you must be standing, because the system understands that 3D location intimately. And boom, suddenly we've infused high-quality 6 degrees of freedom tracking into a $300 pair of Ray-Bans with no fancy sensors whatsoever. In a sense, we're doing the fancy sensor scanning ahead of time. Now, Google has a solution to this problem that uses all of the Street View imagery in over 100 countries to create a global 3D model that you can match your camera views to. I had a chance to work on it, and it's called the ARCore Geospatial API. If you want to learn more about it, you can check out this prior video over here. But what if you want to unlock VPS in an area where there is no Street View? For example, your own home, perhaps a business, a campus, a range of private spaces and places for which no Street View imagery exists. To solve this particular problem, I'm going to be using Multiset AI. And in my opinion, they are one of the best options out there for this kind of private VPS use case. And I particularly like them for this example because they're the only ones right now publicly supporting the Meta Ray-Ban SDK. And what's really wild is, this company's like a year old and they've already earned a most robust rating in Area's 2025 Enterprise Report, ahead of other incumbents that have been in the space for many, many years, such as Niantic. And critically, they let me actually run this damn thing on Ray-Bans without rewriting the whole SLAM stack. And what's really wild about this tech is you get centimeter level localization accuracy, and it works during the day or at night. I mean, like, this blows my mind because if you think about the visual effects problem of lining up a 3D scan with what your camera is seeing, that is this like complicated offline pipeline. These things are capable of doing it in real time, day or night, on a frickin' cell phone. So going back to Eagle Eye, I want to reproduce that effect where you've got your friendlies that are going behind a container and suddenly you see them turn into stick figures because a drone on the other side is actually observing them, highlighting the enemy that they were about to take down. How do we reproduce that using our technology? Well, once you know where the glasses are in 3D space, you also know exactly where they're looking. So you know the orientation and position of everything that is localized against this 3D map. And of course, you can add other devices too. Your friend's phone, another pair of glasses, a security camera, the list goes on. All of these camera views will be anchored to the same 3D model. Think of it like everyone's sharing the same spatial understanding. Everyone's in the same world space coordinates, and you can figure out where everything is relative to each other. To me, this kind of feels like that Batman scene, except instead of sonar, we're actually using RGB cameras. And this is the moment it started feeling like we could actually reproduce Eagle Eye using consumer hardware. Because if you got the pair of glasses tracked, suddenly all I need is my friend holding a phone to see exactly where he's going in the home, whether it's upstairs, downstairs, around a wall, everything becomes visible. Suddenly, the unseen becomes seen. Now, you might be wondering, why the hell can't you use GPS to do it? Well, I would encourage you to try. We're talking about a couple meters of positional accuracy and 20 to 30 degrees of rotational accuracy that actually degrades even more when you're in an urban corridor, like a downtown area, for example. Again, I go into a lot more detail of how this works and how VPS fixes it in my previous video. But the most important point for us is also that GPS is kind of useless inside a building. Like, your Uber driver that's circling the garage wondering where the hell you are knows this. You walking across a building and suddenly seeing your blue dot violently move around, you know this too. GPS also really only gives you a very coarse idea of which floor you're on, but VPS can tell you everything. It's centimeter accurate and indoor, and you can do it without beacons. Since we've got everything scanned, you put a camera anywhere and you can figure out precisely where it is, which floor, which part of the room, and even what they're looking at. I mean, check this out. I could literally see Sham walking into the room, going around the wall because like his glasses are telling me his 3D location, and I can visualize it using my freaking smartphone. That's absolutely nuts. You see Sham come back out and suddenly it'll go from the stick figure view to him in real life. And it's kind of trippy to see like the actual first person view, right? Like, so here you can see the camera view frustum, like each of the frames that are actually getting localized by multiset to give us the 3D location. Almost like we're in this like third person view trailing Sham as he's walking down the streets. And this point cloud view kind of gives you a sense of the kind of feature that these algorithms are looking at to match and figure out exactly where you are. It's a little more complicated than that, but that'll help you build an intuition for sort of what's happening under the hood. And think of how powerful this is. Like, now when we're looking at this from a completely different perspective, you can see the exact trajectory and orientation, right? Like the exact position and orientation of Sham as he's walking down the street. So we can see him through walls. That's nuts. And we're using like off-the-shelf hardware to do this. This is absolutely insane. And since we're talking about multi-story navigation here, once you've got a place scanned, Sham can be literally walking around inside the house. Like, he's on the balcony over here and he walks inside, and suddenly I could be on the street level like this, looking at him, be able to see where he is in 3D space. Think of how useful this is for situational awareness and so many other applications. Beyond us cosplaying a tech thriller over here, there are actually utilitarian use cases for this technology, such as quite literally a utility crew. Like, imagine you're a field service expert on an oil rig going through a maintenance checklist. When you walk up to a piece of equipment, you can immediately see the information about that pop up. A remote expert that might be sitting in Germany can be looking at that piece and literally annotate over your field of view and actually create those annotations in world space. This is actually one of the first projects I had a chance to work on back in 2014 that you can see inset over here. And then when the next crew comes in, they see all of that data spatially overlaid, whether they're at a place or looking at it remotely. Another use case is indoor wayfinding. Gosh, you're in a mall, you're in an airport, you're in a campus, you're in a complicated indoor labyrinth, and you want to figure out how the hell to get to your final destination. Well, you can now be routed in 3D with VPS. Think of this not just useful for humans to understand where the other humans are, but for robots to understand where the other humans are. And for humans to understand where the robots are. Suddenly, all of us are going to be tracked in the same 3D map. But it's not just humanoid robots or robotic dogs. Imagine cars, imagine drones. Every single self-driving vehicle has a version of VPS running under the hood. Drones require this sort of technology to be able to fly around in war zones where GPS is actively being jammed. But you also need it to understand where the frick your backyard is and where the frick your front door is, so the robot drops off the right thing at the right place in 3D. So take a step back and just imagine this running on every sensor in a city simultaneously. Every movement, every gaze, every interaction will be anchored to a persistent 3D map, and we'll do it privately in our homes and publicly in open spaces. I mean, think of it like when you're on the highway, you probably want to share the 3D location of the cars around you so you know how to drive around each other. But when you're in your home, you only want to share that with your own personal robot, for example. When you're in a factory floor, all that data is going to be tightly access controlled and only accessible to employees that have the right sort of access. Now, what's particularly cool about this is like VPS is advanced to a point where you can just use pixels to localize yourself. Now, if you have a coarse GPS prior, or if you have other sensors like an IMU, like your cell phone does, or robotic sensors do, that's even better. But you can start just with pixels. That makes this dream of taking all the sensors that already exist and infusing spatial intelligence into them, and makes it a hell of a lot more practical. Now, as it goes with most dual-use technology, this is also where it starts sounding a little bit creepy. The same capability that lets a crew track where their locations are so they have operational and situational awareness is the same technology a building owner could track every single step. And my God, if you've stepped inside a grocery store lately, they probably already are, literally creating heat map metrics, much like you do on websites, but in spatial 3D, so you can figure out where are users dwelling the most, what are the products they're looking at the most. All of this is possible today. But see, this is also the crazy part. This was technology that was relegated to very high-end defense contractors and high-end enterprises. Now you can just go get a pair of glasses and start doing this yourself. Heck, you could start doing it with a couple of iPhones right now. And of course, you don't have to use a publicly available VPS. You don't have to use Niantic or Google if you don't want to. You can use a private VPS like Multiset, so you scan the spaces and places that you care about, and you actually own your data. And heck, if a private cloud deployment isn't enough for you, you can even go a step further and get a on-premise deployment too, where you can be truly sure that the data is yours and nobody else is looking at all the localization tracks. Now look, there's so many other players in this space. Folks like Niantic are trying to figure out how to apply neural nets to this whole problem and figure out how to basically reverse engineer what a Rainbolt does with geoguessing and figure out how an AI system could do similar approximation when it has an incomplete map of a space or place. Alright, so to wrap things up, I went into this wanting to see if I could pull off eagle-eye style tracking off a 200 pair of glasses you can get at Best Buy. Turns out you basically can. And the camera is all you need. No fancy sensors. Just a pre-scanned map of the place, which you can literally do with your frickin' iPhone as well. Create a beautiful Gaussian splat so you can remotely monitor all the tracks relative to that 3D location. Or pull out your phone and literally see your friends through the walls. So yes, hardware is hard. And let me tell you, hardware will come and go. I've been working in AR VR since 2013 at this point, and gosh, given how far we've gotten, it feels like there's a lot longer to go. But in my opinion, the next 5 years of augmented and virtual reality won't be one purely on hardware. They'll be one on the spatial map that pulls all these systems together. Bilal signing off, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Cheers.